Check 1, 2. Check.
You like that?
I do.
You like that? Oh. You like that?
Yo, the lies told that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, canvas open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes win. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move in a pinto. Choose what I get to, never lose smooth on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running it maybe. We just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision that pay me, it's never the sway me. Indigenous, maybe we winning, it's crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
Yeah. Welcome one, welcome all, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Lion Villain Report, and I am your host. It's your boy, Russell Wayne. How y'all doing on this morning right here? And we're broadcasting live right now into the Lions Villain Squad Facebook page right here, where we have crossed over 56,000 followers. Why have billions when we can have thousands? Thank you to everybody that is out there liking and subscribing and sharing and commenting on all of the stuff that we put out there. We are live on YouTube. We are at JC Sports Network and the Lion Villain Squad YouTube page right there. Thank you to everybody that's subscribing right there. We are live in the Detroit Lions news podcast and their 77,000 people that they have right there. Thank you for liking and liking the video right here. Whatever platform you're watching on, hit that like button. That helps us get out there because we are the UDFA of sports podcasting right here. So liking, sharing, and commenting, that helps us out. That helps us get into the algorithm a little bit further. And if you're a football fan, then I would think that you would like our programming right here. We are brought to you by NFL Shop. Now, you can use the code that I'm going to put into the comment right here, and you can save yourselves up to 30% off of your order at NFL Shop. You can grab yourself one of them Jahmyr Gibbs black jerseys right there with the link that I'm throwing in and save up to 30% from our affiliate marketing partner at NFL Shop. It's faith, family, and then football. In that order, we use football. We use football to create memories and spend time with our family. We don't let football use us. And our STARS program, my wife is an advocate for autism awareness. Yes, we're just a bunch of blue collar people running this program right here. Yes, that is my wife. We have an autistic child, and she is using her page to share resources to families that have children that have special needs, and that's what she's doing out there. So I've decided to dedicate the entire STARS program. So if you comment using STARS, I'm going to support her on her page with autism awareness so she can get resources out to people. So welcome one and welcome all to the program. And let's get right to it, man. I don't want to waste any time. Jameson Williams suspended for 2 games and using performance in enhancing substances here. And I don't want to talk too much on it because a lot of the details haven't come out. I'm reading from Pride of Detroit right here. According to the report, ESPN, Detroit wide receiver Jameson Williams is facing a 2-game suspension for violation of the league's performance enhancing substances, the PES policy. Per the PES policy, a player is subject to a 2-game suspension if they have a positive test for stimuli, Duratec, or masking agent. This is the second time in as many years that he'll be facing a suspension. Last year, the young receiver, Jameson, was suspended for 6 games, violating the gambling policy, and it was later reduced to 4 games. This is a blow, man. This is a big blow to our offense. Now, I know that everyone's we're humming out there. Jameson Williams is like the most impactful, one catch for -4 yards receiver that you're ever going to see. I just want y'all this is a gigantic blow coming to because one of the reasons that the run game is working so well is because of Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams takes that safety out of the box. Because if you put that safety in the box, then you saw what happened with Jahmyr Gibbs last week. That's what happens when you load those boxes and you have guys on the wrong side. You load that box up, then and you blitz too many of those guys, you're going to get burnt. You're either going to get burnt on an Amon-Ra St. Brown deep touchdown because you got too many of them in, or when you drop them back, then we can hit those light boxes. You hit those light boxes. And when you blitz on the wrong side, we can make you pay for it. Jameson Williams pulls that safety out of the box a lot of the time. That gives David Montgomery, first point of contact. If you're hitting on the second level, and we block amazing on the second level. Jameson Williams has been a great blocker out there in the run game. So this is a huge loss. That deep play threat. We don't got anybody else that's fast like that out there for Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams is a pretty big loss. Now, coming into this next week, you got a Tennessee Titans team that is pretty good on defense. So this is a pretty big blow right here. I don't want to be in this game with Tennessee. I want to see Detroit come back home and take care of business right here. So I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm going to deal with it. I don't know. I don't want to pass any judgment on Jameson Williams, on this. He's a young player. I don't know if this is an immaturity thing or if it's just something that was like, it was an accident. It seems like they knew that it was coming. It seems like they knew that it was coming because of the comments of Dan Campbell this morning on 97.1 The Ticket. I didn't hear the comments, but I'm reading about the comments right here. Dan Campbell talking about it, and you know, we're ready to go without him. We're ready to go without him. And that's what the next man up mentality right here. Now, we do have some guys. The emergence of Tim Patrick is a real thing. Tim Patrick is that perfect bodied wide receiver that we've been looking for, that villain mentality, that big bodied wide receiver, 6'4". That dude is big. Gosh, you don't even realize how big Tim Patrick is until you see him out there next to some of the other guys. God, he towers over Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's like the real thing. Tim Patrick. And I think that they might involve, you know, an Allen Robinson in this, but we don't have that field stretcher anymore, man. This is such a big loss. This is a big loss for two games. Because he does keep those defenses honest. He pulls that safety out of the box because you need to have somebody back. You got to have somebody behind Jameson Williams, or he's going to take the top off. Every time you don't, they burn him. So that's a really big loss. Let's see what we got in the comments right here with it, because I haven't even said hello to everybody. I'm a bad host. I'm sorry about that. Henry Gray up in there. Good morning. Good morning to Dwayne. I love reading Dwayne's Let's Go Detroit Lions, one pride king of the NFC North Division title. All grit, never back down. 5-1, baby. Let's go.
You like that? You like that?
Yes, I love that. Dwayne says losing J-Mo hurt, but we got guys to step up because it's a team effort. You know, others will step up for their brothers because the team is built tough, grit. Plus, we play with heart. Next man up. I'm in agreement with that. I got an angry face on here. I'm sorry about the angry. Whatever I did to make you angry, at least you hit an emoji. Hit that like button. What's up, Jeremy B? It's 2 games, and there's a plethora of things not allowed as substances not approved by the market, by the FDA and the NFL Banned Substances Committee. JMO is being very mature about it. I agree with that, Jeremy. It still sucks. It still sucks. What's up, Davey? Good morning, One Pride. Right there, the YouTube channel. Please, everybody that's watching right now, if you're not watching on the YouTube channel, go to the YouTube channel at Lions Villain Squad. We're trying to build that up too. We're trying to get up in there. We got like 750 on there, but go over there and hit that subscribe button and help out our YouTube channel. We got 56,000 villains on the Facebook page. Thank you to everybody for that, by the way. We need be ready for Tennessee. Keep the foot on the gas pedal the entire game. Can't let up till the clock hits 0. Yeah, we've been playing 4 quarters. Good morning, Muskegon Posse in the house. What's up, Chuck? I went 10-5 this week with my picks. I believe I went 11-4. Think I might have got you this week, Dwayne. Good morning to Paul Jones. Paul Jones is over there manning our Detroit Lions main event group. We have a great group where you can have your voice be heard too. We want you to join the conversation when it comes with this stuff. We put stuff up there all the times. Nobody cares about our opinions. We care about your opinions out there. What do you think about this stuff that's out there? But the Detroit Lion main event group, let me get this thing out here. If you're sick of spam posts and all these BS posts where they're talking about players dying in car accidents and stuff like that, then go ahead and join our group. I threw that right there into the comments, and I appreciate that. join the conversation, share your own content on there. And I appreciate that. But Paul is one of the people that helps keep that content clean, and he keeps all the BS out of there. And I appreciate Paul. I appreciate Jeff Addison. I don't know if he'll be in here, but that's the same thing too. That almost sounded like LaFluke was impersonating Flores this morning. Paul Jones says JMO needs to be testing positive for macaroni and cheese. Okay. Good morning to John. What's up, John? Thank you for jumping on the show with me today. Congratulations to the Lion fans. You guys are tough to beat. Tasty Crow, Yummy Skull. Got to appreciate that.
You like that?
Jason gets acknowledged.
Acknowledge me.
That's right there. You show up when your team loses. That shows me more than you coming on here running your mouth after you win or after the Lions lose, or if you're coming on here trying to minimize victories that the Lions have. It's not the same rules everywhere, but the rules here at the Villain Squad is when you win your game, you get 7 weeks to beat your chest. And you know what? I let up. I'm not going to go after Packer fans right now. You know why? Because their team won. I'm not going to go after Bear fans right now. You know why? Because the last time that they played a football game, they won. And I appreciate Jason for coming in here because, I'll give the Vikings a hard time in here because they lost, but they played a good game. I can't take anything away from the way that the Vikings played. That was a hard-fought game. We just happened to come out on the winning end of it. Right there, this show right here, Villain Report, brought to you by NFL Shop, fueled by NFL Shop. You can use this link. You can get yourself up to 30% off of your order right there. Thank you. Maurice in the house. Good morning. Good morning from Mark. Lions Nation, let's go. This kid has been in trouble from the word go. I don't know. Let's not overreact here. This is what I don't want to do. I don't want to overreact. He's been he got in trouble last year, got in trouble the year before, and he was injured his first year. So there has been something every year. But I mean, he's young, and we don't even know all of the everything about this thing yet. We know that it was performance and enhancing drugs right there, masking agents. I don't even know. We'll find out more about that. Good morning to the villains. From Main Event Mike is in the house. This Jameson suspension will just be a blip on the radar. Mike's got good spirits about it. I'm a little more pessimistic about the loss of JMO. I think JMO did more with him not having the ball. Just his presence out on the field makes the defenses have to play different. And it's a huge threat. It is a huge threat. Raymond is a 4.3, 240 guy. We might have to use his speed more. He was a really great wide receiver to throw to. It's like they're spending all these resources trying to stop, Laporta. Oh, we got to stop Jameson Williams. We're trying to stop Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it's like Tim Patrick and Khalif Raymond, they got to be loving playing in this offense, because what they get to do is they get to go run a route, and they need to make sure they can catch a wide open ball, because they're using all their resources. One of those two is usually sitting somewhere wide open because they're using their resources. It must be fun to be Khalif Raymond or Tim Patrick or one of the secondary wide receivers or playmakers in this offense. It must be fun. Raymond will fill in for JMO. JMO's a one-of-a-kind kind of guy. JMO has one-of-one speed. Yeah, he may run a 4.340, but he doesn't run a 3.940. Jameson Williams is fast. He is faster than the fastest people. and he commands your respect. And plus, he blocks really well downfield too. Very, very willing blocker. Very willing blocker. Springing some stuff downfield. It's a bigger loss. Well, I think we'll be fine without him. I still think we're going to be able to run the football. This Tennessee Titans defense is a very good against the pass kind of defense, but teams have been able to run on them. I think we should be able to run on this team. And like Jeremy was saying the other day, they got a couple pass rushers. So after we beat their ass on Sunday, maybe Brad Holmes might be looking at one of these pass rushers from the Tennessee Titans, since Terrell Williams coached those guys for 3 years. So I like that call of Khalif Raymond. We do have playmakers that can step up. It just stinks. I just wanted to really see Jameson Williams. I want to see him get 1,000 yards this year. I want to see him prove the naysayers wrong. And, it is what it is. What are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? You got, yeah, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown still right there. Randy said, just an unnecessary bad look for Detroit. It is disappointing. It is. It's very disappointing. Good morning to the villains. Williams is a first-class idiot. Oh, there you go. Got the trolls in here, too. Chad says he probably took cold medicine not approved by Gestapo. Oh, gosh. There you go. Angry face was about J-Mo missing two games, not you. Thank you, Justin, for making that guy. I thought I did something wrong. I thought I thought you didn't like my bling, but thank you for watching the show. I hit 11 and 4-2, Russell. Yes, me and Jeremy picking our stuff. There's the group right there. If you want to go join the group, Facebook groups, I put the link right in there. And yeah, if you guys got some good stuff out there, and I find some especially funny stuff, we'll share it out onto the page with our 56,000 people that we have in there. Yeah. Why have billions when you can have thousands? Oh gosh, we're having fun today, even though it didn't feel like we're having too much fun. We might finally get to see Isaiah Williams this week. Hopefully Isaiah Thomas too. And we're not talking about the Detroit bad boy either. We're not talking about the greatest point guard of all time right there, said every Detroit Lion or the Detroit Pistons fan, but nobody outside of Detroit. Ayuk and Godwin done for the season. Godwin injury looked bad. I mean, they had a bunch of their soldiers go down last night. That sucks to see it like that, man. I hate seeing that. I hate seeing it go down with the injury thing. But it is part of the game, and that's why you build your depth. And that's why you build your depth. And the Lions do have some depth at wide receiver. And, you're going to get to see Allen. You're going to get to see 72-year-old Allen Robinson. They're going to wheel him out there. They're going to wheel him, put him on a wheelchair route. And we'll see what he can do. I mean, the thing is like you learn. A lot of the game is cerebral. It's up here. You get in their head. And Allen Robinson, he might step in and do good. Maybe that'll be it. J-Mo already having as many yards as he did last season. J-Mo might still get 1,000 yards. Okay. Thank you. I need that. Build me up. Build me up. We'll have to see about that. We shouldn't have to sacrifice our game for idiocracy. Come on, J-Mo. I'm there. Main Event Mike is usually the one that's pretty hard on J-Mo, and I'm the one that's like the voice of real. Oh, look at all that talent. Look at everything that he's got. But Main Event Mike, he likes my wheelchair route right there. You got to get Allen Robinson running the wheelchair route. But yeah, main event Mike's usually hard on J-Mo. But I want to be hard on J-Mo this time. You got to use your head, man. You got to use your. Now, this may have been a dumb mistake, but like at first glance right here, we're ready to win a Super Bowl here, man. We're already dealing with other stuff that you can't foresee. You can't foresee a Hutchinson injury. That's like crazy dumb bad luck. And this Jameson Williams thing is a thing that you didn't have to happen. It's like a false start. Self-inflicted wounds. Stop it. Rodgers, Green Bay 2.0. Oh, no. Broken ankle for Godwin. Like James Houston at 29, it might end his career. Yeah, good morning. Sorry I'm late. I'm dealing with a dumbass boss. Who else is dealing with a dumbass boss? Hit that like button if you've ever had to deal with a dumbass boss. Let's just leave it at that. Let's hit that like button if you deal with a dumbass boss like Fred Peterson does. Don't let him do it. Oh gosh, I hate it when they make me lose my spot. Oh, no. Raymond filling in for J-Mo, first class idiot. I've seen. I hate it when they make me lose my spot. J-Mo won't be missed against the Titan, but he will be missed against the Packers. I think he'll be missed either way. He affects the run game. I think that it's understated him affecting the run game. Elise pops in and says, "Good morning, villains. Was hoping to see a long TD pass to J-Mo on Sunday. Damn it. I agree with Mike. It's a blip on the radar. Well, thank you for making me feel better. I need that. I need that." Sarah is mad at you, Russell, because the previous takes is why she won't come on in the comments. No, she's just mad that her team lost. She's mad that her team lost. And she's mad last week that I called it out. I said the Lions were going to score between 30 and 40 points. And Sarah didn't like that. She thought that I was ripping on the team, that I was bringing down her team. And I'm not. I've done nothing but give the Minnesota Vikings kudos on this show. Since the beginning of the season, when Sarah told me that she was freaking out that there was JJ McCarthy was out for the season and they were saying, please stop all the pain. I said, Sam Darnold is going to be a better quarterback for you than you think. So no, Sarah is mad that her team lost. Especially if she has you coming on here typing it up. One funky Lions fan, I've seen people bad mouthing J-Mo, but the list of things you can be suspended for is ridiculous. Sobe drinks are even on the list. Really? But Tate got suspended for going to the doctor to help have kids. I'm not sure about all that there. It would be something as simple as a pre-workout. Yes. Yep. Single Dads Club. Let's see. You hurt Sarah's How did I hurt Sarah's feelings on Friday? I talked about her team. I'm not going to apologize for the things that I say on the show, guys. If I hurt your feelings with what I said, then I'm sorry for hurting your feelings, but this is an opinion show. I'm throwing it out there. I'm sorry I hurt somebody's feeling. I'm sorry I hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But I throw my opinion out there and it gets misinterpreted as smack talk. I'm not smack talking. Just because I tell you my offense is going to score 30 to 40 points against your defense when your defense is ranked top in the league, That's not me saying that your defense sucks. That's telling you that my offense is really good. JMO won't be missed. Okay, right there. Facts, broski, bears. We might finally get to see. Oh, gosh. I'm trying to get in here. Oh, I'm sorry. Gotta find. Do we know exactly what JMO took? No, I think that they narrowed it down. He's in a class of things right here. Mark says Watson out for the season could probably open up more talks with Garrett. Yes. I'm glad we're going to talk about that too. Unapproved pre-workout in the league. Flintstone vitamins are on the list. It would be interesting to find out what it exactly was. We're going to find out eventually what it was. I don't know if we know now. And if you do know, go ahead and throw it into the comments. I appreciate that right there. In recent history of not reading the fine print, here we are again. Yes. Jeremy says this could be as simple as a masking agent as well. They frown upon that. What, they frown upon you trying to hide the fact that you're doing worse shit? Yeah, I would think so too. Fred Peterson said JMO is also due for a contract extension soon. How do you feel about the effects of his contract? So JMO isn't really due for a contract extension soon, for one. I mean, he has all of next year, and then they can choose to pick up his 5th-year option, which I think is going to be the play, is let's just see how he finishes out. He's got 2 years left on his deal if they pick up his 5th-year option. And I think that that's probably the route that they'll go. So does this affect his contract? Yeah, it does. I don't think they're going to extend him. I also think that it might put him in the trade talks. I don't know how you guys feel about that type of thing, but if you can get real value out of a trade, I'm sure that the Raiders would love to overpay for JMO, especially in that Garrett contract. Let's see. I've been on both sides of the ball. I've had to deal with dumbasses, and I have been told I've been a dumbass before as well. Yeah, for sure. Sorry, Sailor. Sorry, Sarah knew we were that tough. Yeah, I'm sorry. It comes up. I have a whole bunch of friends that are on other teams, and what happens is in a couple weeks after the loss, they'll come on. It's hard to come on after losses. It's hard to come on after losses. It's like we get on here and we talk shit to each other, and then one of the teams wins, and then sometimes people go into witness protection after that, and then they try to blame it on some kind of morality thing, and like we don't have to go there. I hope that she forgives me for whatever it is that she feels that that I did to her that was so offensive, but we're on here. This is a touchy thing. That's why I always preface everything with faith, family, and then football. Like, I don't want anybody to feel any certain kind of way after they're done talking here. I understand that when you invite other fan bases onto a show that's here for a bunch of rah, go Lions stuff, that's what I am. I'm a Lions fan. This is a Lions fan-based show, but I invite the other conversations. Like, if you want to tell me how great the Packers are, you sell it in the comments and be prepared, because you're coming in as playing the role of the troll, because this is a Lion show. This is a Lion show. I'm gonna be a homer towards the Lion. I'm going to undersell bad things that happen to us, and I'm going to oversell every guy that's on my team, just like every other fan base. Every other fan base does it. Oh, you got to look at that 7th round guy that we got. They don't know about him yet, but they're going to know about him. Oh, but that's okay. I love you, Sarah. I hope that you can forgive me someday for whatever I did. I'm sorry. My team truck sticked your team right out of first place. And on the way up,
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
that's right. All pre-workout is caffeine. Drink espresso and go lift. Now do you believe me? Bears defense is better than the Vikings. Let me get in here. Oh God, I hate that. I've been on both sides. Okay, there we go. It was weed. It was weed. Mike thinks it was weed. I thought you're allowed to smoke weed. You're not allowed to smoke weed? I thought you could smoke weed. No, I thought that maybe he was hanging out with Calvin Johnson. Good call. Weed, you can't get suspended for if you're in a weed legal state. Okay. Waymo suspended for absorbing Viking tears.
We're going to bite a kneecap off. We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Oh my gosh, that was great. That was savage, Fred. That's savage. JMO is the best run blocking wideout in the league. He will be missed in the run game. Got somebody agreeing with me right there. Thank you, Paul. Joseph says JMO didn't read the fine print again. So Broski says now do you believe me? The Bears defense is better than the Vikings. I don't believe that. I think that the Lions played a good game against them. And I think that Ben Johnson schemed a good scheme, and they may have exposed something inside the Vikings defense. I think that they're going to find that other teams are going to do the same things that the Lions were doing to stop them. I believe that. And but I don't think that means that their defense sucks or that all of a sudden that the teams are going to start kicking their ass. But I do believe that they did expose something in that defense that they're going to try to do. They're going to have to learn how to play more man-to-man defense and do it better because they didn't play well in man-to-man when they were forced to go into man-to-man. So other teams are going to start trying to do that too. You know, when they put 9 guys on the line of scrimmage, that you are going to have an open shot if you can block it. If you can block and find out and identify, block those guys on the line of scrimmage are going to get burnt. And, you know, they burn them on the touchdown run, as well as they burnt them on the Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown. So teams are going to start doing that type of stuff. They're going to start taking shots when they do those exotic blitzes. So I'm not saying it's necessary. The Bears defense is different. See, the Bears defense poses such a threat to the Lions offense because the Bears defense is a physical defense. They play physical at the line of scrimmage, and they can actually match up against our powerful offensive line that usually just overpower people and muscle them out of the way. The Bears, it's a fight the whole day, where the Vikings kind of attack you in a finesse kind of way, where you don't know where the blitz is coming from. Sometimes they'll get a free rusher and they'll only be rushing 3 people because they load the line of scrimmage up and you don't know where the pressure is coming from. Bears are more of a kind of, I'm going to line up with my 4 guys and I'm going to punch your 4 guys in the mouth and we're going to see who's tougher. And then you're going to have a line of scrimmage battle. And the Bears are good like that. And I personally like that kind of defense better. So which defense do I like better? I like the Bears defense better, but I don't think that it's necessarily better. All the players receive 1 annual test under the PES policy. A percentage of the annual tests under the PES policy will also be tested for the THC. Okay. All right. Remember that when we're supposed to lose to the Vikings because of the loss of Hush, I trust the coaches and that they will fill the void. Glad that it happened at the beginning of the week. I think they have known about it. I mean, just judging by the way that Dan Campbell reacted to it on the show this morning. It's I think that they had planned on it and they had already known it. I think they've known it all weekend. They were just waiting for it to get released. Pete Brule was on the Lions Facebook page last night trying to talk smack about his Packers knocking off our Lions. It was hilarious. Hey, the Packers are a good team too. Y'all crazy talk about trading JMO. Wow, sick. I don't know. I ask questions. See, this is where Sarah and I got in trouble. It was like I asked questions, and all of a sudden, like this turns into a thing. Does that? What do you think about that? Does that do anything? Do you put JMO on a trade block? Would you consider trading JMO that are out there? Mag doesn't think so. Mag 7 Life does not think that you'd even consider putting him on a trade block. But here's the thing. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Do you just want to trade draft picks? Is that what we're doing here? Because the Lions got to trade for an edge. They have to trade for an edge. I think it's 100% that they need to trade for an edge. And it's crazy for me to think that you wouldn't think that. They had to manufacture pressure here. And let's be honest here. This is what the Lions say too. Let me get in here and get to that Dan Campbell right here. So I'm looking at this quote right here. This is Dan Campbell from this morning. I'm not trying to start any trouble or anything like this. And I'm not even saying that they're going to trade that they should trade Jameson. So don't put me into that right there. But what I'm saying is we need an edge rusher. We need more pressure. And Dan Campbell says, and I quote, we need a little bit more pressure. Whether that's somebody in-house, we do things a little bit different, or it is a trade. Brad's still looking at everything right now. So we need a little bit more help there. He talked about manufacturing pressure. Manufacturing pressure. That means that you're not getting it. You're not getting pressure normal. You're not getting pressure with normal looks. Your regular 4 guys, they weren't getting home. They need to go get talent. And here's something that has to go with getting on the horn with a guy like the Cleveland Browns, where they got Zadarius Smith and Myles Garrett. So maybe a better way to ask the question, because I don't want to come off as somebody that wants to trade JMO. I don't want to trade JMO. But I also know you want to trade Laporta. But I also know that people aren't free, right? Like, if you have a chance to trade for Myles Garrett, right? Would you rather trade 2 first-round picks? Because that's what it's going to cost. If you're going to get Max Crosby, or you're going to get one of these bigger name players that you think that we could have a chance for. And by the way, if the Browns or the Raiders are stupid enough to trade Max Crosby or Myles Garrett, Brad Holmes should be sitting right there with his hands like this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because if you got to trade a couple first-round picks to get a player like that, those players don't fall off trees. You're talking about like I can't even think of a time where, like, next year, where you would think of having Aiden Hutchinson and Myles Garrett, 2 top 5 pass rushers on the same line. I've never even heard of anything like that before. So I don't get it. I don't get it. But if you have to trade Jameson Williams to like, what I'm talking about is Jameson Williams is worth the same amount, right? I'm talking about you're trading Myles Garrett for Jameson Williams, and you ain't trading other first round picks. But I honestly, I talked about this at the beginning of the day, is missing Jameson Williams for 2 games is a way bigger loss than people would think. Just because he had 1 catch for -4 yards in this last game, don't tell me he didn't impact the game. But this team has functioned without him before. So that's why there's a no panic zone in there with it. But don't think that I'm like, I can't bring up not trading Jameson Williams. We need a pass rusher. And if you could get Cleveland Browns to count Jameson Williams as 2 first-round draft picks, tell me, would you trade Jameson Williams for Myles Garrett? Mag Life 7? Would you? Let's throw that out there. Would you trade Jameson Williams for Max Crosby if it softened the blow and they didn't have to give the first round picks on top of it, and you got to keep your future? You got to give something to get something. We need a pass rusher. The offense has actually proven to have worked without JMO. Someone said that it had been creatine. We got some speculation going on there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Me thinking that it was another player we're looking at extending in the offseason. Now with the suspension, he would push it back into the pending future. The PSA podcast, I'm okay with the trade if we get something decent for him. I trust Mr. Holmes would investigate a masking agent.
We're going to bite the kneecap off.
Yeah, I'll make you want to bite it right there. I can't believe you are even talking about trading JMO. He needs a St. Brown contract, bottom line. You want to pay Jameson Williams? Are you crazy, Mag Life 7? You want to pay Jameson Williams $30 million a year right now? Really? You think Jameson, I mean, he may be a great player in the league. He's going to be a great player for us. I don't think that we would even trade him. But what I'm saying is we need a pass rusher. We're trying to win a Super Bowl this year. I'm here no matter what. I can take it. We can't say that for all the Packer fans. I'm surprised Sarah is acting so soft. That sucks. It sucks. She'll get over it. She'll get over it. Hey, Henry Gray says, I don't want JMO to be anything but a lion for a long time. I mean, do you really think that we're going to pay 2 $30 million wide receivers? Figuring out a way to get them there. I mean, we got to think about a way to keep, Jahmyr Gibbs too. And Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. Jameson's like 8th on the list right now of guys that I want to get on the team. Maybe it's not that low. But, I mean, I would definitely sign Hutch before him. I would sign Branch before him. I would sign Kirby Joseph before him. Viking players were talking about looking in the mirror in the past game interviews. Wouldn't want to look ahead. Wouldn't you want to look ahead and not backwards? I think so. I think that's a good thing. Golden seal for THC. Jeremy's in there with he's got his test tubes out there. He's gonna figure out what the exact testing agent is, and then he's gonna have it in here, and he's gonna have it in there for us. Scotty Reno says, I think the Vikes fan feel like the Vikes loss that we felt after the Thanksgiving loss. It hurts bad sometimes. It does. It does. And I don't even mind that the Viking fans are lashing out at me. I mean, last year, the Bear fans were lashing out at me. You know what the Bear fans were lashing out at me for? Because I told them in like week 5 that they should trade Justin Field and draft Caleb Williams #1 overall. They hated me. You're just a hater. You just don't want to see Justin Fields kick your ass again. He's going to kick your ass. You just don't know about Justin Fields. I'm like, okay, well, it's not smart to keep him. You're just a hater. You just don't want to see him kick your ass forever. It's like, really? This is what I told him. If Justin Fields kicks ass by the end of the year, you're going to have to pay him $60 million a year. You ready to do that? You ready to sell a farm for Justin Fields? Yeah, you're just a hater. And now look at it. Now they're taking the exact same energy and they're coming at me like I hated on Caleb Williams the whole time. I'm the prophet. I told you that was going to happen. And then you coming at me like I'm just a hater. Oh, you thought that Caleb Williams, he's going to kick your ass, but you never saw that coming. I'm like, okay, whatever. So it is what it is. I call it the way that I see it. You know, Viking fans last year said, all you do is hate on Quezzy. You say our team sucks. We're going to finish at the bottom of the division. And then they finish at the bottom of the division. I mean, they may technically get to say we finished 3rd because of a tiebreaker. But come on, man. Come on, man. Give Russell Wayne the credit where the credit is due, at least. JMO probably had a sip of Dan's triple Venti Starbucks order.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Oh, my gosh. Let me get down here to the bottom. I think we got way too many comments in here today, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm just not going to be able to get to everybody. Broski says that you trade JMO in a heartbeat for Myles Garrett. Yeah, I'm not trading JMO for no one in the NFL, no one. Okay. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl here. They give you straight up for Myles Garrett. The thing is like, what's more valuable right now? I mean, right now, the Lions are in desperate need of something that they don't have. And if they're dumb enough to take a player, because I understand the potential of a Jameson Williams. If you trade him to the Browns and get Myles Garrett in return, they have a building block. Jameson Williams is a bona fide #1 wide receiver. He ain't going to be that here. But what he does bring to the table is something phenomenal. His speed, like when he comes back, what he offers just to the run game. So I get it, man. I feel where Mag 7 Life is coming from. But the thing is like, you don't trade a player like that unless you get a bona fide stud in a different area. You know, you have to trade talent for talent. Myles Garrett was the defensive player of the year last year, bro. You make that trade in a heartbeat. You don't even think twice about it. I'd rather trade part with the draft picks, gotta go all year. So there you go. Mark's on your side. And I don't mind that. If it costs you 2 first-round picks, and then you get Myles Garrett and you get to keep Jameson Williams, I'm all aboard that too. I'm all aboard there. I just ask questions. on here. I got my opinion on it. The thing is I would rather have Aiden Hutchinson not hurt. I would rather have Davenport and Kaminsky not hurt, and that we would have went into the season with that. We still had the guys that we went in training camp with. That's what I would rather have right now.
You like that?
But that's not the case. We're in a Super Bowl window now. This is something that Lion fans haven't really ever been able to see. And even when we were in a Super Bowl window with Stafford, we had no cap room to make any moves or anything to really offer. Hey, we paid a lean. We did. I wouldn't trade JMO because Davenport and Hutch are coming back next year. Raiders need a QB, trade Hooker. See, I think it's way too early on Hooker. Quarterbacks are so much more valuable. And gosh, if you can get day one picks, yeah, I think that if you wait long enough on Hooker and you develop him right, that you can get day one picks for him if you were to trade him. Give the Rams JMO and they will crush anyone that they play. Bruh, dude had a shredded knee year one, got shafted year two on that suspension. His first full season official starts. He starts out leading the team in yards and touchdowns. I like it. Paul Jones says he wanted to trade Laporta too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the thing is, if you're going to trade something of value and you don't want to trade draft picks, what are you going to do? I wouldn't trade Laporta. I wouldn't trade Laporta. He's ingrained in the offense. Let them get a QB from elsewhere. I'm not banking on Fromm for the season and the playoffs. Like he said, Davenport, that guy is irrelevant. The guy is not irrelevant. I mean, they brought him in as a starting pass rusher, and when he plays, that's what he plays like. Would you trade St. Brown for a great pass rusher? Can't we just keep them all? No, you can't trade St. Brown for a pass rusher because of the contract. Let the Browns deal with the contract mess. You got to trade a contract that you can trade. And Jameson Williams is a phenomenally talented guy that's still on a rookie deal. So that is very valuable. Best part of these issues is we will be able to get him at a huge discount for the talent. That's right. Like if they could swing something, you can get it. There's Jeffrey. What's up, Jeffrey? Present and accounted for. Late. Would you mind starting over? I don't want to miss anything.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Okay, you're all caught up to speed. All right, we're biting a kneecap off. Otherwise, Hooker will never or rarely play. I think that we're on the Hooker trade right here. Goff, God forbid, like I said, isn't immune to getting hurt, just like people thought Hutch wouldn't get hurt. Nobody's immune. Nobody is immune. Russ, I didn't know you last year, but I wouldn't been agreeing with you about Bustin Fields. No, it's crazy. There's a lot of people that held on to Justin Fields like Gollum, holding on to the ring. Oh, my precious. Justin Fields could be a great quarterback. He could go down in history like Mahomes and Tom Brady. It's like, oh, gosh. And then when that's the hard thing for me. There's a portion of your fan base, broski, that, that believes all of this hype. And the thing is like maybe Caleb Williams is that guy. But the thing is when you called Trubisky that guy, and then you called Justin Fields that guy, and now you're calling Caleb Williams that guy, it's just like, okay, well, you're going to be right eventually. It's like there isn't any Bear fans out there that can be like, oh, there was a soothsayer. Oh, I knew they were going to be bad when they had Trubisky. I knew they were going to be bad when they had Fields. Oh, I knew they were going to be good now, though. Now I'm right. It's like, I mean, Lions fans went through that forever. I've justified so many bad players that the Lions, went to. I was a person that was like, Trey Flowers, yeah. I was one of those guys. I admit it. Ryan Douglas said JMO signs an extension this year or next year at $12 to $15 million a year, structured and backloaded with limited guarantees. Okay. That would be nice if you're in Madden. Jameson Williams has to agree with that, right? Oh, gosh, I love some of these takes. They don't want just hooker peeps. They want Ra and BB with him. Okay. No. With Goff at QB, JMO is replaceable. Man, I don't know about that either. That the reason that this trade scenario with JMO works, and this is just me, by the way, this wasn't put anywhere. I was just like, whatever. Let's just say that he was on the block now. He's the kind of guy that could net you a pass rusher. That was the point on that. I don't want to trade Jameson Williams. Don't mistake this as me saying I want to trade Jameson Williams. But Jameson Williams is the type of player that could net you Crosby or Garrett almost straight up. The value. I know it sucks, but the thing is you got to give something to get something. Think you want to get a generational pass rusher for nothing? Russ Davenport stays irrelevant. You see, broski, I like how you want to come in and you want to trash on the team. Here, let's put it into layman's terms then, broski. The starting defensive ends, guys that rush the passer. One of the guys' name is Davenport. One of the guys' name is Hutchinson. Another guy's name is John Kaminsky. Another guy's name is Derek Barnes. So maybe Davenport is irrelevant to you, but they brought him in as the starting pass rusher who was no longer with the team. And by the way, broski, you called it. Oh, he's not going to stay healthy. There you go. You called it. And up until last week, I thought that the draft and develop, we don't need to go out and get a guy. I was on that camp. I was in that camp last week until Hutchinson went down. When Hutchinson went down, now you are down too many players. I mean, really, and it isn't just Hutchinson. It was Hutchinson and Pecco. So maybe broski doesn't give any credit to depth guys and guys that come in on a rotation. But that's what you do, is you put guys on a rotation. You don't want a rotation on both sides. You need a bona fide pass rusher. And, Davenport is a guy that plays good when he's out there. And he played good when he was out there. Nobody could deny that he played good while he was out there. That's the thing. He got injured again. So I don't know. Do you continue to put trust in him? He didn't have the same injury. But I'm not trying to put trust into Davenport at this point. The point is, I'm conceding to the point that we need a pass rusher. We need to go out into the trade market and get a pass rusher. Who? How much is it going to cost? Well, they're out there. They're talking, 2 first-round picks for a quality pass rusher. Do you want to give that much up for a guy that you got to pay? Well, I don't want to give that much up unless you're getting a guy like Crosby or a guy like Myles Garrett. That's the only reason I would want to give up that much. And the other question is who? You know, if you could trade one of the stud players that we have on offense or defense, it doesn't even have to go to Jame, but I use Jamo because he just got suspended and everybody doesn't like him right now. If the Raiders got on line one and said, we'll give you Max Crosby and we'll get Jameson Williams. We're doing it just for the cap thing too. We'll eat some of the cap. They got to deal with all the dead cap stuff. We just get the contract. Would you do it? Like if they gave you a 2 first-round pick value for Jameson Williams, and you got which is the equivalent of what they're saying for Max Crosby, then what would you do it? Ryan says trade Rakestraw. Rakestraw won't get. What are you going to get for Rakestraw? Hey, you want my unproven cornerback? I mean, I don't know. What is that really worth? Jameson Williams can take the top off. He's proven it, and he is a bona fide guy that you could take a chance on and be a number 1 wide receiver. He can't be a number 1 wide receiver here. Like, I could imagine a team looking at Jameson Williams and going, man, what would they do if I gave him 15 targets a game? And, you know, and feed him all of the targets. But he's got to play that. I mean, he plays here. I don't want to get rid of Jameson. But if you want to get a guy like Myles Garrett and you don't want to spend first-round draft picks, that's a solution. That would be a solution. But you got to trade something to get something. I don't want to get rid of Jamo, but I want to win a Super Bowl. And we're not going to win a Super Bowl without getting a pass rush. We may be able to beat some of these teams in a schematic kind of way during the regular season, but you get into playoff games where you're getting that focus. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Mike says that Davenport was still worth the risk. Not like we sold the farm. Didn't work. Yeah, I mean, it was a bag of chips. There was no risk on Davenport. They had an injury contingency in the contract, and they're not paying anything for him. I mean, it's very, very low amount for the games that he's going to play. Jamo knows that he has not produced at the level of $30 million a year. He already said that he wants to be a Lion for life. He loves the coaches in the locker room. Team gets hyped when he scores. That God, I wish that the NFL worked like that, Ryan. I really wish that it did. Because when TJ Hawkinson became the highest paid tight end in the NFL, everybody knew he wasn't the best tight end. He didn't produce at the level of a number 1 pick, but he still got paid. When Jameson Williams goes to get paid, he's going to get paid like the top wide receivers in the NFL. It just is. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just trying to live in reality here. And, you know, this whole thing that, you know, the fastest wide receiver maybe anybody's ever seen is going to take a discount. I mean, maybe on a market, maybe he might be on the bottom end of the market value, but with receivers getting 35, he's going to slide right into that spot. He might, I mean, if he went 30 million a year, that wouldn't even put him in, by the time he's ready to sign, that wouldn't even put him in the top 10 anymore of wide receivers. So $30 million a year, that's what he's going to get. That's what he's going to get. And you know what? I'll stand up here, Ryan. I'll say that I was wrong. If he signs a $15 million a year deal with the Lions, I will tell you that you were right. but you're not. There's no way that he's going to sign a multi-year deal for the Lions for $15 million a year. It just isn't going to happen. He's going to get 30 when he signs. Which, by the way, is the only reason why this trade scenario works. Before people throw all the hate at me for, I can't believe that you would consider trading JMO. It's like, I'm only considering trading JMO to get a Myles Garrett or a Crosby straight up. And I can't believe not more people are going, JMO isn't worth 2 first-round picks. I can't believe it. Well, I can't believe there's not more people telling me that he ain't worth that. I got more people defending JMO in a straight-up trade with Max Crosby or Garrett. I can't believe that. That's unbelievable to me. And next 2 number ones, they are going to be late first rounds. So it's more like second round picks. So I don't mind trading the first round picks. We went over this the other day. And I can go over it again real quick when it comes with the trade value. And we're going to continue this conversation throughout the week too. You know, tomorrow we're going to be in the hump day preview. And I didn't even get into any of the PFF stuff today because we got so much good talk in here. I love it. Broski's saying I'm making a lot of sense this morning. Oh my gosh. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. All right. So this is why I want to show you this. The Lions have officially entered what I like to call the F them picks. F them picks window has opened because right here in over the cap, I want you to see a lot of this stuff right here, which is in 2026. You got Jared Goff, Frank Ragnow, Penei Sewell, all these guys, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Fox Campbell, Terrion Arnold. See, all of these people in 2026, they're all under contract still. And that's still having cap space afterwards. So with that being said, that means that there's a ton of there's not a ton of roster spots that are open. So you get to a point where you've got the core of your team filled and you don't need to draft starters anymore. Really, outside of Terrion Arnold, we really got there this year where they used a 4th round pick on like Sion Vaki, where everyone's like, well, why'd they draft that guy right there? Well, he's a starting special teamer. They got guys that they've culturally brought in, and they are not even going to need all of their draft picks because they've drafted so well. So when I get to the F them picks type of thing, 2nd, 3rd, 4th round guys are guys that you would normally try to develop. And that's where we're at right now because you're not cracking our starting lineups. Like when you really look at it, like next year, you know, I mean, you got a starting guard spot that's going to be open because Kevin Zeitler is going to be gone. But you've drafted 2 guards that you've been developing. The next man up mentality we've started that clock. So you get into an F them picks type because the guys that need to get onto the team, they need to become starters. We need a starter quality guy that we can drop in and drop everybody down the depth chart a little bit. So if you trade 2 first round picks, and I love the point here where these first round picks are going to be late round picks. So Mag Life says JMO is a once in a lifetime talent. Max Crosby is not, but Myles Garrett is. Myles Garrett is. Max Crosby is a top 5 pass rushing. What are you talking about, Mag Life? I'm sorry, man. I love JMO. JMO might be the wide receiver to what Crosby is, but don't tell me he's not a once in a lifetime type of guy. These guys don't fall off trees. He's been a top 5 defensive end in this league since he's came in. Max Crosby earned his contract. He's a top 5 dude. I mean, Jamo's got some things to learn. Raiders would never do a 1-for-1 on Jamo. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. I needed to be called out on that. I couldn't believe that nobody had called me out on that yet. Like, we got more Jamo defenders in here than thinking like I would think that they would say, Jamo, oh, go kick rocks. I think they're dumb. I think they're the ones that would be dumb to get rid of Max Crosby or Myles Garrett. As far as draft picks go, line them up. Who cares? If you can get Max Crosby and Aiden Hutchinson on the same line for the next couple years, or Myles Garrett, that's stupid to think about. Hey, if Jamal helps us get Jameson helps us get a defensive end edge player, I'm in it. We can get a wide receiver in this draft. John Kapler likes my proposal here. Fox, the former Packers GM, used to say, I would pick said player with my first round pick if he were in the draft. So then we'll start to consider it. We know Jamo, and we'll be able to help him get grounded. He's still immature, but he is growing. Other teams don't know him like we do. And I agree with that. They don't want Jamo. People just ignore what they want. What do you mean they don't want Jamo? How do you know? Smoking Jeremy B's on the inside track right there. He's on the inside of Raiders. They don't want Jamo. Of course you would want Jamo. Who doesn't want a super fast wide receiver that can outrun everybody? Looking at the big picture, Williams trade makes sense in a lot of ways. He will take a discount to remain on a Super Bowl contender where he can continue to grow, and he'll sign a short 2 to 4 years. He's so young and he'll produce. So he's so young. After he produced, he will be able to cash in. I mean, he's not going to sign for $15 million, Ryan. He's not going to, because the 5th-year option is going to be more than that. He guaranteed he won't sign less than what the 5th-year option is. And the Lions would be dumb to let him get the free agency. Our late round pick can be used to trade up for a defensive end. Yeah, but what are we going to do this year? What are we going to do to win the Super Bowl this year? Because we're not going to be able to manufacture pressure against every team. The way that went. We could not get any pressure with 4. Teams are going to figure that out, and they're going to mess up. I mean, when you got to go out and get somebody. The thing is, this isn't just about Hutch anymore. This is Hutch, Kaminsky, Derek Barnes, and Davenport, even if you want to throw him in there. 4 guys. You lost 4 guys. You had a deep, I mean, kudos to Brad for having a deep defensive line. Kudos at the ends, but when you lose your starters and your backups, you got to go. You got to go get it. Sorry. Trade a 2nd round pick for and Allen, trade for 2nd pick Allen Robertson for Zadarius Smith. I wouldn't give a 2nd round pick for Zadarius Smith. I'll give you a 5th round pick for Smith and no Allen Robertson. Paul Jones, Mag Life. I mean, Zadarius Smith doesn't make upgrades where the pass rush is now, but it definitely doesn't fix everything, if you know what I mean. Let's see. So y'all keep Laporta and trade JMO. Let me get this right. Would I trade Laporta? Would I trade Laporta? I mean, I guess you could put Laporta in that same category. You could put Laporta in that same category. I don't think that tight ends have as much value as wide receivers. See, the thing is, like, I don't understand, like, I get you not wanting to trade Jameson Williams, but I think that Ryan is more right when it comes to the value of Jameson Williams. I think that they would be dumb to even consider trading Crosby for Jameson Williams. So y'all keep Laporta in a trade and trade JMO. Let me get this right, y'all. All right, Mag Life. Yeah, I'm trying to get the team better right here. We're having a discussion right here about what we can do to get better at the pass rusher position. Because we did have a pretty good game on defense right here. So let's look at some of these top 5 guys on PFF right here on defense. Let's go look at this. Top 5 guys. You got Brian Branch, Trevor Nowaski, Alex Anzalone, Malcolm Rodriguez. Look at those. Look at the top 5 guys. Linebackers, baby. You needed people to step up. But you didn't get it very much in sacks and pressures. Bottom guys, look at that. Here's the guys that we need to be the guys that step up, right? We won the game. I'm not trying to take anything away from winning the game, guys. And PFF is not the end all be all right here. But when you look at these, the bottom guys are the guys that we need to be the top guys. Who's the top rated defensive lineman? Mekhi Wingo. Mekhi Wingo is actually the highest rated defensive lineman. And that's actually a pretty good sign. But at a 62 overall grade. And here's these guys, Pat O'Connor, Levi Onwuzurike. You need these guys to step up. You need these guys to be your main guys. And Dan Campbell said as much. Dan Campbell had said they need help. We need help in that spot. They've been manufacturing the pressure. They did get 4 sacks. They manufactured some pressure, but they weren't getting it in a straight up. And our defense runs the best when you can get a 4-man rush, and they can't get that. They need to go out and get somebody. You know, I thought that they could do the next man up thing. When you got a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, you can do that. But with Hutchinson gone, you can't just rotate guys on both ends the whole time. You can do that. But you're not going to beat the good teams. You may be able to make the playoffs. You may even be able to win the division. But you're not going to go deep in the playoffs unless you can get to the passer. It is what it is, guys. You're not going to beat the good teams. So, just trying to come up with ways right here. Who would you trade? How are you going to get this team better? Are you on the phone with Cleveland right now? Because I want to be, you know, we should be trading. We should be on the phone with these guys right now, trying to get one of these trade targets, because that's a dumpster fire in Cleveland right now. We need to go over there like like Brad Holmes needs to go over there like a greasy car salesman. Hey, come on, let me take that off your hands for you. What do you say that I can get a Myles Garrett Zadarius Smith package? What's that gonna cost? We won game last week. We're good, but you know, like that greasy fantasy football guy that comes up to you and says, "Hey man, I'm gonna offer you a 2-for-1. How about a 2-for-1 right there? I'll give you 2 of my crappy guys for your really good guy. How about that? How about that?" That probably won't happen, but this is the dumpster fire in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson's out for the season. So I know that there's some Max Crosby stuff that's out there, but this seems way more plausible. The Raiders, they're losing games too. I think that they're close in that direction too. But to get a guy like Myles Garrett, if there's any chance that they'd be dumb enough to come off of Myles Garrett, I'd jump all over that. I mean, and would you trade one of our known commodities? Would you? Would you be? How would you get better by trading one of our best players? By getting a best player in return. Mag 7 Life. Are you trying to dismiss right here what, like, if you could have Myles Garrett or Max Crosby on this team? And I'll even give you, because I think that you're trying to turn this into something else. Let me get this right. I think that you're reaching for something right here that you're never going to get out of me. So we'll put Laporta in that trade too, since you just want to throw Laporta into this thing. We got Jameson Williams news. There is no Laporta news right now, but to make Mag 7 Life feel a little bit better right here, we're going to put Laporta into this trade. Would you trade Sam Laporta or Jameson Williams for Myles Garrett straight up? Would you do it? And here's the thing is you can't have it both ways here, guys. Like I think that if you're looking in the chats right here, if we had to make a vote, I think that it would be draft picks. I think that most people would rather do draft picks and keep both Jameson Williams or Sam Laporta. They would rather do Laporta or the draft picks, which is crazy to me. Like if the if the Raiders came to Brad Holmes right now and said, we really want Sam Laporta, and we're willing to give you Max Crosby for Sam Laporta. If Brad Holmes didn't run and get that deal done before their stupid asses would figure it out, you'd be dumb. You'd be dumb not to do that. Max Crosby or the Browns. I'll give you Myles Garrett. We want Sam Laporta. We're going to give you Myles Garrett. We want Jameson Williams. If Brad Holmes didn't run to do that, I would be like, wow, we're trying to win a Super Bowl this year. As is JMO, his run blocking is elite. Tim Patrick is better than Josh Reynolds. Yes, I think that that's been decided. But I think that we can get away from the JMO talks. I think the consensus in here is that we'd rather just spend the picks. Let's keep all of our players. Let's keep all of our players and see if we can't get them here. Let's offer them a smorgasbord of draft picks, and let's get one of these top guys in here. Since that Deshaun Watson stuff happened, that they would be more apt to trade these guys. And I know that you're going to sell them to the highest bidder. And that's the thing. If they're dumb enough to let these guys go, that means that there's going to be other teams that are going to be vying for it. But jumping on the Lions team would be a good thing. So I think that they'd have a go to the GM and be like, hey, I'd rather go to the Lions. You know, I would rather go to a team that I can compete with. Broski says, it said something like, Russ, thank you. That's what I've been saying is you can't have a defensive end by committee on both ends. You can't. You can't. Now, you and I had a little disagreement at the beginning of the season because I do believe that you can do it on one of your ends. Like if you got an elite pass rusher like the Lions do with Hutchinson, you can handle the other side by committee. And until Hutchinson was injured, you know, all of these other injuries that they've suffered on the defensive ends and the defensive line, they can handle all of them. But the minute that you take that elite guy out of there, you got to go out. You got to go out and get something. And I think that they will. JMO says, JMO and a first for Garrett and Smith. Yeah. Man. Interesting. I mean, I agree with you, Russ. My thing is, I knew that Davenport wouldn't last. Well, I don't know if you remember our conversation, but I said over or under 10 games because I would have been happy with 10 games of production from Davenport because I was with you. I do agree that he's an injury risk. He's never played a whole year, and that's what he is, bro. Like, we knew that's what he was, but we weren't expecting him to be that guy the whole time because we do have other guys. We have great role-playing guys that are on the defensive end. Like, you bring an elite pass rusher in, and we have the support cast. We still have the support cast. I like these guys. Like, I wouldn't want to get rid of any of these guys now. Josh Pascal's playing his best football. He got a sack in the last game. It's one of these things. Ukwu coming in. Pat O'Connor. I saw him in there making tackle. Makai Wingo. I love the depth. The guy is in there, but those guys aren't ready to be the guy yet. None of those guys. That's why they got to go out and get a guy. Even Zadarius Smith would help that room out of that because then you would have support beyond that. But this is the Lion Villain Report, man. This has been a great conversation today. We talked about Jameson Williams getting suspended for two games for violating the substance abuse. And we went off the beaten path a little bit. We explored some things like would you consider putting Jameson Williams, if you didn't have to pay the first round picks, would you consider throwing Jameson in a trade to get Crosby or Jameson in a trade to get Myles Garrett? Would you consider that? And because of some of the comments in here, I would say you could probably throw Laporta. You know, let's throw Laporta in there. Got to get a rookie deal for it to make sense because these guys are going to be trying to dump cap. So what are you willing to trade? Is it just picks? I know Brad Holmes would do the right thing. He always does right there. So this is the Lion Villain Report. You can join me every morning at 10 a.m. And if you're watching right now, whatever platform you're watching on, hit that like button. If you like that juke that Jahmyr Gibbs put on the safety in the middle of that game running in for the touchdown, hit that like button. And if Christopher Walken were here right now, I'd say it's a Lions Villain Report. It's one of my favorite shows. You should watch it. It's a Lions Villain Report. It's 10 a.m. in the mornings, Mondays through Saturdays. This could be good for you. Football. It's football content. Football talk with Russell Wayne in the morning. Could be good for your life. It could be good for you. Thank you. I was cheating. I was trying to throw the ball. I was trying to throw it to Justin Jefferson. He wasn't catching as many balls. So Donald Schwarzenegger will be back. You should take my hand. You can get down my back. I'll put the entire team in Minneapolis. I'll put them all on my back. I will carry them. Donald Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. We want to thank the 56,000 followers. We just got over 56,000 on the Lions Villain Squad Facebook page. And why have billions when you can have thousands? You can go on over to that YouTube channel right there, at Lions Villain Squad. Thank you. Thank you to our affiliate marketing partner, our Fueled by NFL Shop. You can use the link that is in the comments right now, and you can save up to 30% off that sweet-looking Jahmyr Gibbs jersey. Thank you to NFL Shop, our affiliate marketing partner. It's faith, family, and then football. In that order. We use football to create memories and spend time with our family. We don't let football use us. And may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again for football talk. Lions Villain Report. God bless.
Hey yo, the lies told that you never make it. Hopeless, so it seems. Eyes closed, hands open wide to embrace your dreams. Sometimes you gotta take a loss just to get the win. Like lots of sin was popping in like oxygen when boxes wet. Focus on the mental, never lose like a smooth instrumental. Better choose on the move and a pencil. Choose when I get to, never lose move on the move, but it's simple. Never give up and we running and maybe we just keep winning, we conquering daily. Envision that pay me is never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity.